I remember shooting some stuff with you, and then literally a week later we were live and we were getting sales within 24 hours. In March 2022, we just did a record month of 1.265 million pounds in sales.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
Come on. And we could be on track to beat that this month. We've got a few days left.
Nice.
We've just hit £1 million, and we've got 3 major events taking place before the end of the month. So could beat it.
Dude, that's exciting. Maybe I should have left this call to be like next month or something like that. No, that's really awesome to hear. So for everyone that doesn't know who you are then, if you could just give us a short rundown of who you are and what your business is.
Yeah, great. So my name's Liam Ryan. I am one of the co-founders of Assets for Life. We are now the UK's premier property business and wealth educational company. Ultimately, I am a property investor, and the whole model that I use and I teach is using other people's money. I've got a great business partner, Jay Munoz. We call him the Essex Colombian. He's got all the skill set that I don't have, so it makes a really good partnership. And then across the portfolio of training courses we offer, we've got different business partners. And, you know, we now have 8 different training verticals. So we have property verticals, we have business verticals, we've got speaking, sales, trading, development, and those verticals really help people start, scale, and grow property portfolios, businesses, build their confidence, and really show them a different way on how to make money, manage money, and multiply money and live the life of their dreams that they deserve and they desire.
Perfectly outlined, man. Perfect.
I've been in property since I was 20, so that's 21 years.
Nice.
My first 13 years, I made every single mistake in the book.
It's usually the way.
Yeah, I bought off-plan, new builds, glossy brochures, overseas. I was sold to by really hot, sexy estate agents on the Costa del Sol. And my initial time in property, I lost over 2 million euros. So that was very painful, and certainly went through a period of feeling sorry for myself. However, it wasn't that the game of property was wrong. It's just that the player wasn't playing it right. And I had no mentorship and training and peer group and support network. So when I got back into this, you know, circa 7 years ago, I got great mentors. I understood the strategies. And over the last 7 years, I've now been involved with over 28 million pounds worth of property deals. And now we go and teach other people.
That's awesome. So what made you want to kind of move in? Because obviously we helped you put your whole webinar and all that kind of stuff together, which you use in multiple areas of your business. What were the struggles you were going through in your business before that, which made you realize you needed to kind of go in this direction?
Yeah, well, to be fair, what I was doing was a lot of live events, and you know, that was taking a long time. There was a lot of risk, a lot of expense involved. And the reality is that I didn't really understand funnels, webinars, automation. And from working with you guys, I found there was a far easier and faster way of getting the same, but ultimately a better result. And what actually happened a couple of years ago, as we all know, is we went into this thing called lockdown, and I had a decision to make: stop running my live event business, or pivot, master a new skill, go down a slightly different direction. And that's what you and the whole team have helped me and my team do. It's really been your team has been my team, and that's been amazing. And since going down a slightly different direction, the company doubled, and then it doubled again, and we're potentially going to double 3rd year in a row.
Amazing. That's so cool. So what were the kind of like key areas before coming online and automating it, where you were like, these are the things I need to get rid of? Like, these are the things that I need to step away from. Was it like the amount of time investment? Was it the monetary investment? Like you already mentioned that putting on live events was a lot of effort. But there are probably quite a few people out there which have either a physical business or a live, they do things around live events and they're looking to bring online. And I wonder, if you have any insights as to kind of those struggles and how you dealt with them.
Yeah, well, when we used to film live events in London, that was a lot of my time because we'd travel up the night before. That would mean I was away from my wife, Holly, and my kids. Then I'd be in London all day, and sometimes it would be 2 days. So that's another night away. And then because of the size of the events, 100 to 500 people preview events, I would need to take the whole team up there, 10 or 15 people. And then you've got the expense of their food and their travel and their hotel costs. So really it was a lot of time. And also at a live preview event, don't get me wrong, they were very good, but you just never knew who was going to turn up. And sometimes I would spend £30,000 marketing a preview event and get 100 people. And then the next week I might get 250 or 300 people. You just never knew. And what I found is we do the same preview events now. We do them in the week, we do them in the evening, and then we do Saturday preview events. But we're doing it in the comfort of our own home, just sitting on a laptop. And I found, and this is really interesting, I found that you get different types of people that will turn up to a webinar or a preview event. They just won't go to a live free event in London, but they will sit on a preview event. So you're also capturing a different type of audience.
And have you found that audience to be better?
Yeah, well, I love all my clients, but yeah, I would say they're more serious, and we have found a much better quality of client by running our events online. Okay.
And so while you bought things online, were there any massive hurdles that you had to go through while bringing everything online? Because I can't imagine it's easy to bring something so massive, just trying to bring it all online. Was there any hoops you had to jump through, or any hurdles you had to jump over?
Well, a couple of things that you guys really helped with was getting the ad right and getting the avatar correct. So getting the messaging correct. And, I've done some great video training with all of you guys on how to really put together a good 1 to 3 minute YouTube or Facebook ad that really captures the audience. So that was something we had to put together. And then it was also making sure that the landing page was correct. Just a simple thing. Make sure the button to get the ticket is above the fold. Well, before I worked with you guys, it was always below the fold. So it's little things like that that I wasn't aware of and my team didn't know. And these are little tweaks that we made to get a better page conversion. Then it was also making sure the thank you page was correct and, really letting people know at the top, there's no recording, there's no replay, there's no repeat. And that helped us get the attendance up. And then the email sequence itself. And then, of course, going online, we've had to train MCs up and have a really good structure, because to keep someone on a Zoom all day on a Saturday is more difficult than keeping them in a room in London all day on a Saturday. So we've had to learn techniques and ways to keep the desire levels up and keep people tuned in for the whole day.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Sounds like it was quite difficult all in all.
It took some time and a lot of practice, but everything is possible when you've got a great team like yourselves and you've got a big enough why, and you're hungry and you're determined and you want to go and help make this world a better place, in which I want to do.
So would you say that kind of the tech side and the setting up and all that kind of stuff was the biggest lesson you learned during all this, or was there something else that you feel, no, that was actually that one thing I learned was the biggest lesson that helped me to get where I am now?
I would say understanding the tech side of automated webinars, Zooms, automation, funnels, landing pages, because that's the foundation. If you don't get that right, it doesn't matter how good your product is or how well I can speak on stage or on Zooms and love my audience. If you don't get the front end right, then you're never going to get people to the actual event itself. And I remember just going through all the training and my team step by step, and you just laid it out for us.
And so I just want to touch on something you mentioned earlier. You were talking about one of the really important things you learned at the beginning of working with us was your ads, like your YouTube ads, your Facebook ads. Had you done paid advertising in the past for your like live events and things like that?
We had done paid advertising before and we were good at it, but we definitely improved via working with your team. Just the fish hook video alone that John teaches, that was like a game changer. And I've probably done nearly 200 of those fish hook videos now. And, you know, my entire business model has been built on the fish hook script.
That's awesome.
The last couple of years. So just one thing, there's many things, but I'm just using that one, thing as an example.
Okay, great. Oh, that's good to know. And it's good to know that script structure helps that much, which is really, really awesome. So now transitioning from like what you were struggling with, and then you started working with us, and we've obviously talked a bit about what that's done for you and how you've managed to do that. I wondered, was there anything, what in your words, kind of what was different, do you think, about us that made you want to work with us as opposed to other people teaching the same kind of stuff? Because there are others, like we don't beat around the bush. I just wonder what, in your opinion, what that was.
Yeah, well, I've known John for a period of time, watched a lot of his stuff online. He's also in the same mastermind group that I'm part of. And just being genuine and the energy that John and all of you guys bring. Yes, you're running a training business, helping people, but you genuinely care about the results of your clients. And there's so many sessions available and, touch points available with all of you that you're always on hand, and it's the community as well. So I think just the fact that you guys are genuine and you bring good energy and you've got the same values as what I have, and the fact that what you actually teach bloody works.
That helps. No, I appreciate that. It's the same when we're looking for clients. Like, we want people with same values who are there to help people, provide value. They're kind of the clients we know are going to win as well, as clear as day. So after you managed to launch everything, you've worked with us, you kind of, or actually, firstly, how long did it take you to kind of put all this stuff together?
Well, we had to move quick because we went into lockdown, and I had, I had 20 staff and I had bills to pay.
Yeah.
So I remember shooting some stuff with you, and then literally a week later we were live and we were getting sales within 24 hours.
Oh, that was my next question. How long until you started getting 24 hours?
Yeah, as soon as the funnel went live, I remember the first funnel we launched and we started to get sales within 24 hours.
How did that feel to have it working with it like that?
It was great because I would go to bed and wake up and there would have been a sale.
Yeah, that is always nice. Making money in your sleep.
Making money while you sleep. And
yeah.
And then obviously we had the challenge of scaling and changing the message. But I would say it took us, with the training, with the design, with the funnel, that was probably a 2 to 3 week setup process. And then boom, we went live, and then it took 24 hours to get the first sale.
It's absolutely phenomenal. 24 hours, well played. And did you expect that? Did you expect it to work the first time?
I knew it was going to work, but there was still this element of like, maybe this won't work.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
There was a bit of doubt of sure, but no, it worked. And then we just kept testing, tweaking, repeating. And now we've got multiple funnels, campaigns, all filling into our preview events. Lead magnets, that was a great thing. We now get leads for like £5, £6, £7, and we just followed your lead magnet template. Really simple, really clear, really powerful. We just copied your model, and now I get leads in my database for £5, £6 a lead. That's
exciting. I mean, that's well good.
Fill the database.
So would you say that first 24 hours when you launched was like your first big milestone like that you were going after? Or do you think, was there one in your mind where you're like, no, actually, this was the first milestone I hit that really got me excited?
Yeah, no, look, I was excited, but because we changed the model slightly at the start of the pandemic, we were going into high ticket phone calls. So we were going automated webinar into book a phone call into sell a sort of medium ticket type product, £5,000.
And what do you charge now? Sorry, just to.
Well, we're back to running live 3-day boot camp. So we have different pricing schedules.
Okay.
Our top packages now are anywhere from 5,000 to 30,000.
Okay.
But the phone call model that we initially started with you, we were selling a £5,000 ticket on a phone call. So we got that first phone call in and we closed it straight away. But nice. I didn't get too excited because we needed to scale it. So when I first really said, you know what, this is definitely working, is when we did £150,000 in sales via that phone call funnel.
I think I remember you talking to us about that, saying, this is all well and good, but I'm not sold on it just yet. And then you got that as 6 figures and you're like, okay, I'm convinced.
We got that 6 figures. And then 1 month we done like 400 grand in sales from the phone funnel.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So kind of to wrap up now then. So for all that you've learned in this whole process, from being someone that, what was it, 20 years ago, you said you lost like 2 million euros. You went through that. You kind of stopped for a bit. You came back. Then you had the pandemic. It looks like it was just like you were getting rocks thrown at you constantly. And then you managed to scale this baby, which is awesome. For people in the same situation that you were in, though, have you got any advice for like entrepreneurs who are maybe in that same scenario where they've hit a brick wall? Maybe they have lost money. Maybe they have been burnt by another coach. Maybe they have hit something like a pandemic, which has completely stopped their business. Have you got any advice for those kind of entrepreneurs who are looking to bring their business online?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Okay, there's a few, there's loads. I could be here.
Yeah, of course.
Let me just share some of the things that come really from my heart. Number one is never give up. Number two, understand who your avatar is and try and get as niche as possible. Number three, start with one core offering. Don't overcomplicate it and try and do too much too quickly. One core offering, one avatar, one funnel. Get that drilled down and cooking on gas. Test, tweak, repeat. Get the process working and then scale. And then you can scale that one funnel, or you can then multiply it into different funnels. Ensure that you invest in fantastic training, education, and mentoring. Like the mentoring that I've had with you, it's not about what I've made, actually. It's about how much I've not lost.
Yeah, it's a good
always
point.
It's about how much you don't lose in the process. And I'd much prefer learn from your mistakes than go and have to lose more money. So definitely get a great mentor, ask for help, stay positive, have a plan every day, execute, enjoy what you do.
That's a big one. Enjoying what you do. That's a huge one. Dude, thank you so much for spending some time with me this morning. I know you're busy, so I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's been awesome to chat with you and hear about how you're doing. And I'm hopeful, really excited to hear like in a couple of days when you say, yeah, we passed it. This is our record month now. Next month's going to be even better.
I really appreciate you having me on. Great to have shared what I've done so far. And I just feel that we're getting going. So watch this space.
100%. Awesome. Thanks so much, Liam, man. Have a good day.